Okay, I'm here with wonderful Monica, and I just actually got this right. Let's see if I can get it right again on film. Okay, so this is a hard question. Why would I ask it? Because I actually quite enjoy it. I think this is kind of rewarding. This is, I guess, what civil engineers do. Okay, so what's going on? Well, they tell us that this is a 6% grade. Right here, this is 6%. But really, we should interpret that that's negative. Okay. So what we have going on in there is we've got to find this point A. Well, I know that this is negative 500, and I know that slope is change in y over change in x. So in this case, I get negative 0.06. That's what 6% is. And that's equal to change in y, which we don't know, over negative 500, which is our change in x. So when we multiply both sides by 500, you get delta y is positive 30, and therefore this point must be negative 500 comma 30. Okay. Now, similarly, to find point, what is that? I don't know. R, I think, or B. That's B. Okay. I would say, well, positive 0.04, that's my other slope, is delta y over positive 500. So you get delta y is 20.04 times 500. Notice that's where they got that from. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do is clear this screen after we get done with each little part. I'm going to have to clear it now. Now, how can we find the quadratic? Well, this actually ends up being very difficult. We have x1 and y1, and we have x2 and y2. So we could substitute that in for x and y, but we're still going to have an a and a b and a c. We don't have enough equations to solve that system of equations. But let's look at the derivative. Y prime is 2ax plus b. Notice that the c doesn't exist. And we know that y prime of negative 500 is negative 0.06. Remember what that is. That's the slope of the tangent. And they told us that. They said the horizontal, where does it say something about being? The top of the filled region will have a shape of a parabolic arc that is tangent to the two slopes. So check this out. We know that the slope is negative 0.06, where x is negative 500. Now, Monica noticed that we can't solve this for a and b because there's two variables. However, we also know that positive 0.04 is 2 times a times positive 500 plus b. Okay. When I clean this up, I get 0.04 is 1,000 a plus b. And when I clean this one up, I get negative 0.06 is negative 1,000 a plus b. This is just screaming out elimination method. So let's put this one right below it. Let's add up our two equations to solve this system of equations. So those are gone. You get 2b is negative 0.02 divided side by 2. And now we know that our b is negative 0.01. Monica, will you change that to a decimal for me? It's negative 1 over 100. Okay, notice. Check. Okay. How can we find our a? Well, let's go back. Let's go back to this equation right here. Let's plug it in. 0.04 is 1,000 times A plus a negative 0.01. So 0.05 is 1,000 A. Divide each side by 1,000. And when you do 0.05 divided by 1,000, guess what you get? You get 1 over 20,000. Okay, so we've got those two parts. Now the question becomes, how did we get that? That's not easy either, okay? Let's go back to the original function. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. We're trying to figure out what c is. Well, we know a y, we know the a, we know the x. So let's just use, I'm going to use this one because it's positive and I'm less likely to screw things up. So 20 equals 1 over 20,000 times 500 squared plus 1 over, sorry, that's a minus. No undo. And that part doesn't work. Bummer. Okay. Minus, where are we at? Bx. So 1 over 100 times 500 plus c. Okay, we can solve this thing for c. Can you do 500 squared divided by 20,000, please? And that's going to be minus 5 plus c. Okay, so 20. Hold on, what did the 7 come from? It should be a c. It got glitchy. Come on, Miss Underwood, help me out. Okay, so let's see. 20 equals 7.5 plus c. Subtract 7.5 and you get c is 12.5. Tell me that this, oh yes, it's 12.5. So now I've got my A, B, and C. That was super difficult. Lots of algebra, lots of calculus. Now, I'm going to clear it out. So, all you got to do for this, here, I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so look, we pulled up our graphing calculator. First thing we have to do is put this thing in our graphing calculator. So, here we go. 1 over 20,000 minus 1 over 100. Y equals alpha, y equals, enter, 1 over 2,0,0,0,0, and then the x here, squared, and then minus alpha, y equals, enter, 1 over 100. Come on, come on. That's not fair. X, and then plus what?
25 over 2.
Plus alpha, y equals, enter, 25. I could have just done 12.5, but I wanted to do what they did. Now, I'm going to go to my table setting, and I'm going to go down to make it ask. Have you done this before?
Yeah.
Okay. So now when I go to my table, it's blank. Beautiful. I'm just going to type in negative 500, negative 400, negative 300, negative 200. This is the worst one. Now notice, I think my table might differ from the answers.
That's like, yeah.
negative 500 comma 0. Okay, now look. What? Okay. Hold on. So what that means is, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I've got to take, oh yeah. I've got to subtract out the slope of the tangent. I got to subtract out the line. Okay. So here's what I have to do for this. What they want is the depth of dirt they're going to have to fill in to make this road. So the depth of the dirt is going to be the curve minus the line. Okay. So this this is the curve. Okay. Now the line, this line right here, has a y-intercept of 0 and a slope of negative 0.06. So this is y equals negative 0.06x plus 0. Okay. So D, I typed this in my calculator wrong. I didn't read carefully. D is this. I'm just going to write it out. 1 over 20,000 x squared minus 1 over 100 x plus 25 over 2 minus a negative, so plus 0.06x. Now, I could combine those, but I'm not even going to. I don't feel like dealing with them. So let's go back to this. Go to my y equals. Go to my y equals. Come over here. And do minus 0.06x. It was a plus. That's right. Minus a negative. You're the best. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my table and hit enter. And enter. Oh, it fixed it for us already. And now I think these are matching up, aren't they? So what we had to do is subtract the curve minus the line, and that tells us how deep the earth is going to be there where we build this road on top of this valley. And notice now we're matching up. Whoops. Let's type in negative 100 and so we'll go negative 100, 0, and you can see, yep, we got it. Okay. What will be the lowest point on the completed highway? Notice that matches up with, okay, to do that, we got to find the derivative. So let's now go into part D, okay? Clear this, pen, clear, back. Okay, so all right, y prime, what's that going to be?
So 1 over 10,000
You're so smart.
x minus.
So let's find the relative minimum by finding out where the derivative equals 0. That's 1,000. Okay, cross multiply, you get 1,000 x equals 100. X is 0.1. Okay? X is 0.1. Uh-oh.
You have to plug that in.
Did I solve this wrong? Pulse. The video is not being redone, I can promise you that. Okay, got it. This was off by 1. This is off by 1. There you go. So you get a.
Isn't it
Hold on.
10,000
I still.
over 100? I think the cross multiplying.
10,000 x equals 100. No? What did I screw up here? Okay, so y prime is 1 over 10,000 x.
I think you do 1 over 100 equals 1 over 10,000 x.
Yep.
And you divide
Oh, the x is not on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I got it. So here we go. You get 1 over 100 equals really x over 10,000. So you multiply both sides by 10,000, and you get x equals 100. Check. How do you find out what y is? Go back to your graphing calculator. No, now I got to take that out. Just put it into your original. Put it in right here. You put in 100 there. I promise you, it's going to give you 12, and that's going to be the lowest point of the highway. Notice it's over here. Okay? Will it be directly? No. And we finally have this video up. After 4 years of studying this problem, I finally got the courage to make the video because of my friend Mom. Hey, Mom.